Hello, and welcome to Talk Audio's little weekly video product blog. This week, it's Alpine's turn, and in particular, the SPG-17CS components. Now, the interesting thing about the 17CS components is that they're designed both for high power and, of course, Alpine's typically high quality sound. Now, here is part of the evidence. This passive looks fairly normal, doesn't it? Nice plastic box. And, of course, the terminals where one connects the speaker cables. Normally, there is a single input. There we go, so you can actually see that input there, and then woofer and tweeter. Interestingly enough, if you do get a set of 17CSs, do not follow the diagram on the back. It's a misprint, and it shows you to put the tweeter where the woofer is, but that's another story. But here's the passive with the cover taken off. Now, the interesting thing is that as well as all these terminals, there's a set of actual little wires in here. Now, you don't normally find wires inside passive. What's that about? And also these at the end here. What's that? There are two little brass terminals, and the plot is that you cut these two bits of cable, and then you have a little double set of passives. One just has the 6D per octave iron cord inductor coil here, which is a standard, however many few millihenries it is, inductor coil to low pass filter the bass unit. And on this side, another one of these coils, and a capacitor, which make a 12 dB per octave passive filter for the highest pass, and two little resistors, which is quite normal. There's a bit you can just see in between there. You lift that off and move it around, and that will give you 3 or 6 dB of attenuation to the HF. But if you do connect straight through that coil, with those wires cut, you've got discrete, as in separate, ETE, not EET, which means hidden, passives, and that means you can buy wire or buy amp. And what you're buy wiring or buy amping are the mid-bass driver here, of course. Handsome looking piece of kit with a rather sexyful looking bit in the middle there. That's actually the classic phase plug shape, and although it's when you see on very high-end speakers, that's like often turned solid aluminium and is a central part of the magnet. This is actually part of the cone. I don't know if you can see that, I don't want to abuse it, but it moves up and down with the cone. The chassis is a casting, it's polymer, meaning plastic, it's polymer polymer, in case you didn't know. Long chain molecules. That is the back of the beast there. The tweeters are rather posh too, of course. They're a silk dome type. Here we go. Show you that. The bit you can hear settling on the desk. Hang on, let's have a better look at that. Try and get the light on it. It's a silk dome HF with a little bit of fabric in there. Really, really sweet. What you could hear rattling on the desk here was one of the little bits of kit that is so often the case with many components, which is a whole bunch of little plastic mungery. That means you can either flush, angle, or surface mount the HF, which is fairly standard. The grills are pretty good looking. Here it is with the actual bass driver behind it. There we go. And there it is with me behind it. Alpine SPG-17CS. A new breed of Alpine component. A bit less in price than some of the most expensive stuff, but high power handling. We're going to try it out, I think, on the Punch Power T600.2. Not, sorry, Punch, I said it again. It's the Power T600.2, which I got confused and called the Punch, which somebody accused me of being drunken on the forum for, so thanks for that. And as you can tell, it isn't drunkenness, it's just plain stupidity and confusion. But we'll try them out, let you know how good they are in the review. Cheers.